Get on.
Here we go! Tonight's fight clock.
Wow, right down.
Look at that.
Oh, man.
Tonight's fight clock brought to you by Bud Light, Joe. Put the fifth for whatever happens. Ronda wants to make it happen quickly.
Now she gave
There's
up her
the arm.
She
It
gave her
is all over.
Oh,
Just
my
like
God.
that.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
That is way under the minute.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Ronda Rousey, the woman who built women's MMA, just broke her silence and sent the most brutal threat of her career. And her target isn't Holly Holm. It's not Amanda Nunes. It's the undefeated British killer Dakota Ditcheva.
Yes! Better shot. That's a fucking shot. That's mom. Yes!
Now wait, and this woman, another knee to the midsection. Left hand coming down from the top. Bite. Ditcheva asked her to stand back up. More body shots. This one.
After 8 long years, the UFC Hall of Famer is back in training, and her message has the entire fight world losing its mind.
And she came by the offices, but yeah, I don't know what her plans are. I think she's just.
Ronda Rousey, 12 wins, 2 losses, the first woman inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame. She armbarred her way through the world Olympic medalist, Hollywood star, WWE champion. But after giving birth to her second child in 2025, she shocked fans not with a promo, but with a punch. Dana White confirmed it himself. Ronda's training again. He said, quote, "I don't know what her plans are, but she's freaking ripped." But what came next, that's what shook the MMA world. Ronda looked into the camera and said, "Dakota, you're fast, you're flashy, but I'll show you what real pain looks like."
Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for a championship.
Fans flooded Twitter, Reddit, and MMA forums with one question. Could Ronda Rousey actually survive against a 15-0 monster like Dakota Ditcheva?
Come here. Yeah, that's good.
Because let's be real, Dakota isn't hype. She's 15-0 undefeated, the youngest PFL world champion, a British assassin with Muay Thai precision and knockout instincts. Ronda breaks arms, Dakota breaks jaws. 2 generations, 1 storm coming.
Big throwdowns.
Can she do it? Hip toss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Fun.
Fans are calling it the biggest generational clash since Nunes versus Rousey. And even Dana White couldn't hide the grin. I'll just say this, you guys have no idea what's coming for Dakota. Ronda Rousey was the face of women's MMA, the first superstar, but Dakota Ditcheva is the one carrying that torch now. Fast hands, violent knees, championship swagger. She's not coming to honor the past, she's coming to end it.
How's that feel that? She's looking at the ref. She says she wants out. She's like, I'm good.
And the moment Ronda called her out, Dakota's camp responded with one cold line. "We don't fear legends, we replace them." Ronda's comeback isn't just a fight story, it's a revenge story. She was humiliated by Holm, crushed by Nunes. She walked away broken and people laughed. But now she's stronger, sharper, and more dangerous than ever. Dana White's reaction fueled the fire. She's in great shape. I've seen her hit pads. Let's just say she could still break an arm in 30 seconds. The MMA world's now split in 2. One side says Ronda's washed. The other says a legend doesn't die. She reloads Ronda Rousey versus Dakota Ditcheva, old school judo versus new school, Muay Thai armbar versus elbow legacy versus Momentum USA versus UK. If the UFC ever books it, it wouldn't just be a fight. It would be the most watched women's MMA war in history. So here's the real question. Could Ronda Rousey really handle a 15-0 monster like Dakota Ditcheva? Or will the new Queen of Violence retire the Pioneer for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Ronda versus Dakota, who wins and why? Subscribe for more, because this rivalry is just getting started.
Champion, Ronda. And that was well. Ramush can be proud of hers as well.
Ronda Rousey sends biggest threat to Dakota Ditcheva, and the entire MMA world can't stop talking about it. The former UFC queen, the woman who once finished every opponent in the first round, just broke her silence, and what she said might be the spark that ignites one of the biggest women's MMA rivalries of all time. Ronda didn't just give respect, she gave a warning. Dakota, you're fast, you're flashy, but I'll show you what real pain looks like. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't just a call out. This is Ronda Rousey versus Dakota Ditcheva, the legend, versus the undefeated killer.
By TK or KO, I will tell you the confidence that she's going to have down getting up is going to be unbelievable.
And there it is. Beautiful knee from the plum.
And Ditcheva beckons Jenna Bishop back to her feet and goes immediately on the attack. Oh,
Bishop in trouble.
And that does it. First round finish, and Dakota Ditcheva silences.
Before you roll your eyes and say Ronda's done, think again. Ronda Rousey was 12-0, 12 finishes, 12 first-round destructions. Nobody, and I mean nobody, dominated like her. Then came the fall. Holly Holm, Amanda Nunes, 2 knockouts that changed her forever. But now, years later, Ronda's name is back in the headlines. Sources close to the UFC, and even Dana White himself have teased it. Ronda's got that fight itch again, and this time her target isn't Amanda Nunes or Juliana Pena. It's Dakota Ditcheva, the undefeated monster from the PFL.
Come here.
In her latest appearance, Ronda didn't hold back. She said, "Everyone keeps saying Dakota's the next big thing. I was the first big thing, and I can still break her arm in 30 seconds. And that line? It broke the internet. MMA, Twitter exploded. Fans started posting side-by-side highlight reels. Dakota's knees versus Ronda's arm bars, and the comments were brutal. Ronda, stay retired before Dakota ends your life. Ronda would still armbar her into another dimension. Everyone's divided. Is Ronda just chasing clout, or is she serious about returning for one last war?" Let's be clear, Dakota Ditcheva is not just hype. She's 15-0, the youngest PFL champion ever, and the first British female world champion in MMA history. She's got the Muay Thai precision of Valentina Shevchenko, the aggression of Joanna Jedrzejczyk, and the confidence of a young McGregor, 3-time junior Muay Thai world champion. PFL Europe winner. Every fight, it's the same story. Opponents enter the cage thinking they can hang and they leave unconscious. She's the kind of fighter who doesn't just win, she ends careers. And that's exactly why Ronda's threat hits so hard. Because deep down, Ronda knows this girl might be the one who replaces her legacy.
Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for a championship.
Ronda was the face of women's MMA. She walked so that the new generation could run. But Dakota, she's running through everybody. And that's where things get spicy. Because what happens when the legend who started it all wants her crown back? What happens when the old school meets the new school? It's the perfect storm. Ronda's raw judo power versus Dakota's surgical Muay Thai armbar versus elbow legacy versus momentum USA versus UK. You couldn't script it better. Even Dana White got involved. In a leaked clip, he smirked and said, "You guys have no idea what's coming for Dakota." That line sent fans into a frenzy. Was he hinting at Ronda's return? Because if the UFC ever books Ronda Rousey versus Dakota Ditcheva, it wouldn't just be a fight, it would be the most watched women's MMA match in history. A clash of generations. The Armbar Queen versus the Knockout Princess. Ronda Rousey sent the biggest threat of her life, and Dakota Ditcheva hasn't even responded yet. But when she does, you can bet it's gonna shake the entire MMA world. So the question is, could Ronda Rousey actually survive against a 15-0 killer in her prime? Or would Dakota Ditcheva retire the pioneer for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Ronda versus Dakota, who wins and why? And don't forget to subscribe because this story is just getting started.
Representing Venezuela is Junice Dubin. She's undefeated. She's known as a finisher, but she's a big underdog tonight.
Junice Dubin with an overhand swing, pushing it out cold, still undefeated, never seen a judge's scorecard, and you better believe Dana White exploded out of his chair for that one.
My
That is
jaw
among
is
the
on the
most
floor.
crazy knockouts
I cannot believe
we've ever seen on this show.
You are a 13-1 dog. I love that shit. You might as well not even go sit in the back. You're one of the most impressive knockouts I've ever seen. A huge underdog. A minute 13 of the very first round.
Junice Dubin just sent a deadly warning to Dakota Ditcheva, and she didn't mince words. The Venezuelan warrior has officially entered the conversation, and she's making it clear she's not afraid of the golden girl of PFL. Junice Dubin, professional MMA record of 6 wins and 1 loss with 1 no contest.
She's doing a great job of staying, keeping her back against the fence.
There's a club and a right hand.
Another one.
Big one.
Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hammer fake.
But who exactly is Junice Dubin, and why is she suddenly the biggest threat to Dakota Ditcheva's throne? Let's break it down. Born and raised in Venezuela, Junice Dubin's story isn't about privilege, it's about survival. While Dakota was dominating highlight reels in England, Dubin was grinding through regional circuits in South America, fighting for every opportunity. She's a multi-discipline killer, black belts in Taekwondo and Wushu blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Luta Livre, a national wrestling and BJJ champion, and if that wasn't enough, she was an international Taekwondo and Wushu champion before ever stepping into a cage.
The biggest upset in the history of the Contender Series, you know what I mean? She almost didn't come. She has no money. She doesn't have $1 to her name right now. So the staff had to go grocery shopping for her, and then she comes in and does that. I mean, let me tell you what, she ain't broke now.
While many fighters chase hype, Junice built skills, and that's what makes her so dangerous. Before the UFC ever noticed her Junice, Dubin ruled the 300 Sparta Championship in Peru, a brutal proving ground for South American talent. There, she showed her trademark aggression, lightning-fast kicks, violent combinations, and unbreakable confidence. Then came her shot at Dana White's Contender Series, September 2024. Nobody expected her to win, but Dubin shocked the world.
How dare you make me a 13-1 underdog? I don't know if she can grapple. I don't know if she can kick. I don't know if she can defend a takedown. Congratulations, you are in the UFC.
Junice Dubin didn't have a penny to her name. Massive underdog. It was an epic KO. What were your thoughts when you saw that big overhand right hand?
I mean, Dana stood up before she even hit the canvas. He stood up the second she connected. I'm pretty sure Mick Maynard became a meme from the reaction. We haven't seen a reaction like that. It almost rivaled the commentary cam. I laughed because Dana said, I don't really know anything about you, but I love your story, I love your heart, and I love that she took, how dare you make me a 13-1 underdog. And she proved everybody wrong. That is quite literally what this sport is made for.
She went to war that night and walked away with a UFC contract in her hand. A Venezuelan underdog had just kicked open the